Hi everybody. So women love in a different way than men love. You guys already know this, but I don't think you guys know the why of it. Okay? That's why women get in trouble, because of how we love. We love the ideal. Okay? We have a hard time loving the man like the man is. We love the man like the man should be. And there's a reason for that. When a woman loves a man, okay, there are two types of love. Okay, and when I'm talking about the real love, not the love when you love somebody for who they are, for them. You're not loving them for you, you're loving them for them. That's the kind of love that God walks through, because that love is not selfish. It's not for you. You're not loving them because they make you feel good, or because you need them, or because you feel good loving them. It has nothing to do with you. Your love for them is for them. Okay? When you love somebody, that is the love God walks through. The other kind of love, which is when you love somebody for yourself, is still love, but it's an ego-based love. God doesn't walk through that love. But the result is the same, in the sense that we both have, when you love in either way, you are still loving an ideal. Okay? The difference between both is that when you love a man for him, the ideal that you have in your mind that God gives you, because when you love a man for him and you love his soul, you get an image from his soul of what the man ought to be. You get an image from his soul. The soul transmits to you what the man ought to be. So you love not just who he is right now, but who you know that he ought to be. The man also knows who you know he ought to be, because that communication came from his soul to you. So you become a depository of his potential. You become a depository of his potential. His soul deposits the potential of the man in your womb as the woman, and then you nurture and grow that seed until it manifests in the man. His soul does that for you, because his soul and your soul, and God pours the energy, his energy into that, or the energy of God flows through that. And that's why a love like that has a higher potential of transforming a man than a love that is ego-based. Because when a love that is ego-based, you still get the ideal you still get the ideal in your mind, but that ideal did not come from the man's soul. So the idea that you have of the man is not who the man is. The man may not even be able to recognize the ideal that you have, and the man may be unwilling to receive the energy you're pouring into him. Does this make sense? Because women, like I said, women love the ideal. Women don't love the man like he's standing here before you. We should, but we're not wired that way. There was a video that I did a while ago where I talked about take the emotions out and look at the fact. It's important to look at the fact in front of you. It's very important, because that ideal that we have confuses the fuck out of us. Because you gotta understand that women are the creators. We are imaginative. We live in the realm of imagination, right? So when we meet a guy, we immediately get an idea or an ideal version of him, right? And then we superimpose that ideal version of him on him, and we lose sight of what he is. Now, if that love is not based on the true unconditional love, it's not going to work, because the idea that you have of the man comes from your own idea of what you think the man ought to be, to please you, or to meet your needs, or to love you the way you want to be loved, or to serve you, whatever that is. When is the other kind of love, because that love is not selfish, because that love is for him, not for you, right? Because that love is a genuine, pure love based on for somebody, right? That has nothing to do with what that person gives you. The idea that you get is that his soul communicates. It's like his soul sows a seed of his potential in you. And then you gradually nurture that seed by pouring into him what he needs to manifest the fruit of the seed within you. Is the way babies are made, is it not? Is it not? A man puts his seed in the woman, and the woman nurtures and births the baby. It's the same principle. It's the same principle. Except that this time is happening, it's the same guys are birthing the baby. It's the same thing. The man, his soul, plants the seed of what the man ought to be in you. And then you nurture it. But you know the thing about it? Your soul also plants the seed of what you ought to be in him, in the feminine aspect of him, and he nurtures it. So as you're pouring into him and breathing life into him and helping manifest that which you're carrying within you, he's doing the same thing for you. But if it's ego-based, you are not loving him for him, you're loving him for you. So you're not planting anything in him for you, right? You are trying to get him to become what you want him to be, and most men will resist that. Now, how do men love? Men love the ideal. No, not the ideal. Men love based on a wish. They are wishing for this woman that they know intuitively and innately. They know what that woman is. They know. And they're wishing, they love based on that wish that you will become that woman. They don't love on the ideal like women do. No, they love based on the wish that you will become that woman that they're looking for. That's why when you don't become the woman, or when you do something to show that you can be the woman, they're turned off. Because they're looking for somebody. They're looking for the woman that they're carrying within. They know her. They know what she's like. If you ask a man to tell you what he's looking for, he will tell you. He knows because he's carrying her. But because they're not very, very connected to their soul, they're not able to not that they're not connected to their soul, but because they are not as intuitive as women are, they can't be as aware of the woman in front of them as a woman is aware of them. So they love based on the wish that this woman will become a reflection of what I'm carrying on the inside. Does this make sense? So that's the difference. That's why it's so easy for a man to be turned off by a woman and be done. Because that wish, they're not going to get it. They get turned off. They don't love based on an ideal, because a woman will keep hoping that the man will become what she wants. She will hold on to that ideal forever. That man is going south, her ideal is going north, and she's going to somehow think that this man is going to come from this south here to go to this north here. They will hold on to that ideal forever. Men don't have that problem. Men don't have that problem. The only time a man will truly submit to a woman's molding is when his soul accepts her. When a man's soul accepts you, right, the man plants a seed of himself in you, the seed of his potential in you, just like you plant a seed of your potential in him, and you cultivate that seed. And what the man does, the man shines his light, right, and helps you, because it's so complicated. I'm not even going to go there. But the bottom line is, that's the difference between the way a man loves and the way a woman loves. And that's the difference between a love that is based on unconditional love has a different result than a love that is ego-based. Does this make sense?